just found some turkey tails, Trametes versicolor. Can you see all the different colours? Now you definitely know that if you turn it on the ups underneath, if it is, it's a better example, white underneath with tiny little paws, then it is turkey tails. And you can see it does look a little bit like a turkey tails. Now these come a little bit lighter and a little bit darker, but these are an amazing mushroom. They are so good, and they grow in all, you can find them all year round. They grow in all seasons, usually on a log. And make sure that they're fresh though. If you have last seasons, they're going to be a little bit dry and a bit brittle and not so good. You can use the whole fungi, the whole fruiting body. Just make sure you get any little bits of moss or bark off there. You might want to cut them. And these mushrooms are amazing. They've got such amazing medicinal qualities. If you've seen fantastic fungi, that tells you all about the medicinal benefits of mushrooms and just how amazing they are. Check that out if you haven't seen it. It is such an eye-opener if you haven't seen anything like that before, and just how amazing mushrooms are. And it does talk about pharmaceutical companies and how, you know, they don't make money out of natural medicines that you might just find, like mushrooms. So, you know, there's not been as much research as there could be, because there's no... So yeah, health benefits. They help improve immune response against infection and common illnesses. Great for things like the cold and COVIDs that are going around. It improves cancer survival rates when used in combination with traditional cancer treatments. So it's great for a supplement if you are going through cancer treatments. It can help combat the HPV virus when used alongside reishi mushroom extract, rich in antioxidant compounds, and it helps fight any free radicals in your bodies and helps you adapt to stressors in your life. And it's got a prebiotic compound that helps improve your digestion and promotes your natural gut flora. It also helps reduce diarrhea, so it's great to have if you've got a little bit of diarrhea. You can have that in a tea, and it is really good for you. So yeah, recipe ideas are great for a tea or to drink in hot chocolate or a soup or a stew, or you can grind it up and put it into some kind of in icings and in cakes. So once it's into a powder, you can use it as all sorts of things. It's really popular as like a mushroom chai latte as well. So how you process it is you cut it into smaller parts and dry it out. You can just leave it to dry somewhere in a basket, or you could put it in your oven in the lowest setting and leave the door open, a jar, so it dries it out. Or if you've got a dehydrator, you can pop it in there. It does depend how much water's in it to how long it takes, so you just have to play it by ear and by eye really and see how it's going. It's great for baking and adding for soups once it's ground up, or if you're not going to grind it up, you can just put it in your stews and then you can like sieve it out. You know, if you're making a bit of a stock, you can use them as a tincture as well. If you're using a tincture, what that means really is you pop it in alcohol or leave it for 6 weeks, give it a shake every now and then, and that really draws out the beneficial qualities from mushrooms. If you like put it in tea, you're getting a little bit of that medicinal and herbal vitamins and minerals out, but if you put it in alcohol, it really draws out the goodness. So it's great to have in a tincture, and then you just have a few drops in like one of those like little eyedropper bottles. Now if you don't take alcohol in any way or form, you can use apple cider vinegar instead, and that has the same draws out those medicinal qualities. So, some interesting facts. The folklore that surrounds the fungus have said the fungus is for the eternal worrier. I know there's quite a lot of women that worry. I mean, I don't know if it's our nature. It is for some of us, isn't it? I know it is for me. And those that need to ground their energies into the physical world, and for those who work with nature. Hey, sounds like it's the perfect one for me, doesn't it? You can use the fungi as a substitute for chewing gum as well. Once you've chewed it for about 30 minutes, you can use it to make paper with. And also just wet it and bash it together to make a paper. Turkey tails have been used to make a bit of a weak brown dye as well without a mordant. So it has got some interesting facts, hasn't it? A bit of folklore, used as a chewing gum, used as paper, used as some art, ink as well. Quite amazing. So cautions, there's not really too many things to worry about with the cautions for this mushroom. There's no poisonous lookalikes. There is a few lookalikes. There's a false turkey tail, Sternum ostera, and that it does look quite similar, but underneath it when you turn it over, it doesn't have the whiteness and those pores, like tiny little circles. It's totally smooth. There's also the hairy bracket fungus, Trametes hirstura. It's almost white instead of having those like little striped rings. Again, it's not poisonous, so it's no harm if you get a little bit mixed up. And it still does have some health benefits, but not as much as Trametes versicolor. It's not recommended in pregnancy or lactation, I do have to say that, but that's mainly because it's not been tested. Not recommended as well if you're taking immunosuppressants. Of course, if you have mushroom allergies, then do stay away from it.